My name is Lumiel, and this is the Bloodborne Lorethrough, where we play through Bloodborne and discuss the lore as it's exposed in real time in the game. Um, if you watched the last episode, you saw that we just fought the Bloodstarved Beast, and as a result of that, we got the Thumeru Chalice, which we came to Old Yharnam because Garamond told us that they had a chalice we needed for a holy chalice ritual that would give us access to the underground caverns that run under Yharnam. So, because he kind of guided us this way, on our journey to the Cathedral Ward, we took a sidestep into Old Yharnam, got the Bloodborne Beast taken care of, and now we have the Thumeru Chalice. So, the Thumeru Chalice is a ritual chalice found in the Church of the Good Chalice. Use in a ritual at the tomb altar in the Hunter's Dream to break the seal of the old underground labyrinth. So, the underground labyrinth that I was referring to, we now know has been sealed, and the way to get through that is through this ritual. Let the chalice reveal the tomb of the gods, let blood be the hunter's nourishment, and let ye partake in communion. So, in addition to just talking about the old underground labyrinth being sealed off, and the ritual allows us access there, the main thing that we see for the first time here is the word Thumeru. We haven't seen that yet, but that is what they call that chalice, and sorry, I'm just returning because it's also the first time we've heard the words Church of the Good Chalice. We don't see that repeated a lot, but here is where we got the chalice. It was guarded by the Bloodstarved Beast in this open air church, appears to be. And we did fight with Alfred the Vileblood, who offered his assistance. Now let's clear out some of these items we had installed or prepared. I want to put the monocular back in, because anytime I see something like this, I like to stop and take a look. So, 3 women looking up, either performing a ritual or performing some sort of ceremony or treatment of the person in the center, who seems wrapped in a cloth with her feet exposed. I don't know why I said her, but their feet exposed. And that is it of note, other than the many people in this carving around that centerpiece. So, we now have that chalice. We now have some more antidotes. Anytime you see 2 entries like that when you pick up an item, what it is telling you is it's refilling the maximum amount that you can carry with you, and the extra amount is going into your reserves back in the Hunter's Dream. That took me a while to kind of figure out why it was showing 2 entries when I picked up one item. So, alright, so now that we've done that, we could do a run back through Old Yharnam, but I don't think that there's anything we missed. There was a gate that we couldn't open from this side, but other than that, not really much. I did show the quick run back, but I did it as we climbed that tower rather than actually needing to. So let's return and check out the NPCs that we've talked to, see if they have anything new to say. We will also see about using this chalice. We want to talk to the doll. We want to talk to Garamond and the Hunter's Dream. In Central Yharnam, we want to talk to Gilbert. In Erden's Chapel, we want to talk to the I'll call him the attendant of Erden's Chapel and the old lady that we sent there. And we might want to check, we gave the brooch to the little girl and she no longer responded, so we might want to check on her. So, first things first, let's talk to the doll.
Welcome home, good hunter. What is it you desire? Over time, countless...
Nothing new here. She's just telling us that these graves pay tribute to the many hunters that we've seen over the years. Not that we've seen, but that have taken this place as their home. And here's Garamond.
The healing church and the blood ministers who belong to it were once guardians of the hunters in the times of the hunter Ludwig. They worked and forged weapons in their unique workshop. Today, most ministers don't recall the hunters, but they have much to offer you. And so, heed the message of your forebears. Ascend to Urden Chapel.
So, he told us that the ministers of the healing church were once the guardians to the hunters, and he mentioned the hunter Ludwig. I paused like that because it didn't seem as if he was forgetting Ludwig's name. It seemed as if it got caught in his throat when he mentioned the hunter Ludwig. And he said, "Do as those before you have done, and ascend to Urden Chapel." Which we already knew. We're on our way to the Cathedral Ward to see about these ministers that he said were once guardians and can still provide help. We're looking for anyone who knows about Pale Blood, which is our main mission. We are seeking Pale Blood to try to break this long hunt, this long night, and get out of this endless loop. And we already knew that, so he added some flavor, but nothing overly new.
Ascend to Urden Chapel. From there, you will find the church workshop.
That's a bit new. So he did mention that before, and I didn't call it out, but so this is our hunter's workshop. In reading the text of different items, we've also heard about the church workshop, and he's saying from Urden Chapel we can find the hunter's the church workshop. So I think he'll just repeat that. Yep. Alright, so I said we wanted to also talk to the characters we've come across in Central Yharnam, which is Gilbert, and he's really the only one left other than the little girl who may not be left. Alright, so we can see it visually hasn't changed much. The sun is still setting. It's still dimmer than it was when we were originally here in Central Yharnam. That happened when we defeated Father Gascoigne.
Don't you worry about me.
So, nothing new from him either. For the little girl, I will go along this path. I don't think she'll be there either, but that's of note too, that after we gave her the brooch, she stopped talking, and if she still isn't there to talk to us, that will denote the change that I'm suspecting. Just like last time when we went to talk to her, I am going to confront this guy first, so that he doesn't sneak up behind me as much as he can sneak, and hit me in the back. Alright, and plus we got a few more blood vials typically. Yep. Now let's go talk to, or not talk to, her. See, her light is no longer lit. We've got no response when we tried to talk to her. Let's kind of see what path she may have gone on if she left. She must be tougher than that guy, though, if she got past him. So, this path leads her this way. I don't know how a little girl would make it past all of this. But it would be her only way out of town, if that was her goal. Blood vials. The body that was there before. Yep, nothing new this way either, except the items that the pig dropped. Oh, that is new. Red messenger ribbon. That will probably be a key item. Red messenger ribbon that the messengers are oddly fond of. The thick, pungent red was drawn from the organs of some unfortunate victim. A strange choice indeed, but perhaps for the messengers, wearing this accessory constitutes a form of mourning. So, these messengers, which we can see a little better in this art here, are oddly fond of this. And unfortunately, it's a blood-drenched ribbon. Most likely from the little girl as she attempted to leave because she was left all alone in Yharnam, which had gone to hell. So, she didn't make it out of the aqueduct, but we have her ribbon, which it can be used to just be kind of a visual accessory for the fast messengers, or, you know, as they're gathered around the lamps or wherever you see the messengers. I don't much really care for that, so I'll just hang on to the item. Their ambush didn't work. And now we're back to where we fought Father Gascoigne, so let's go ahead. And next I wanted to check on the people at Erden Chapel. So we will head there next. That is the lamp labeled Cathedral Ward. There's the messengers that I mentioned being gathered around lamps and stuff too. Alright, so Cathedral Ward. There is another side path that we took to get the monocular that I haven't really explored. So that's out this way. So we will do that before going through that door. So I first wanted to talk to the attendant of Erden's Chapel.
Ah, the hunter. Well, this here is a safe place. Stay as long as you like. But next time you're out on a hunt, remember what I asked. If you find any sane survivors, tell them to seek shelter at Erden Chapel, because there's nothing to fear here.
You never know with FromSoft NPCs. If you were to put that dialogue in any other game, he seems highly suspicious. I mean, he's visually suspicious and then says, "There's nothing to fear here," followed by the insane cackle, which would make me suspicious of that character. But in FromSoft, that might be the nicest person you meet. Surely nicer than her.
Stay away from me. I know all your tricks.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Gladly. Alright, so... yeah, I see you too. I hate that quick attack that they do. Alright. As I've explored this area before, when we came through here before, when we went that way, or when I went up this way, you might have seen that item. There's a reason I'm not getting it at the moment, but we will show that maybe at the end of this episode. First, I wanted to get under the feet of this guy. I wanted to do it a little more successfully than that. He is getting me with that backswing. I guess I wasn't as prepared for him as I thought. It's also about rolling at the right time. As most of you probably know, because you get invincibility frames when you roll. But with big guys like that, it's also about staying under their feet. So, down there's where we got the monocular. We just ran through, so there is more to do there. But first, let's go up here. And big gate, what do you want to bet? It doesn't open from this side. So, it's even the main gate. But I just want to look at this symbol. Nothing really of note, but another big guy through there. And only a special emblem opens the main gate. Only a special emblem, so we know to look out for that. If you were watching keenly in previous playthroughs, you may have seen the emblem it's actually referring to. There's that item again, it caught my eye. Now let's go down here, and first, this guy will see us. So, just pull them one by one. If I had taken a half second to do that, it would have been much more successful. I'm actually going to back off. I don't want to deal with both of them at once. And see, this will allow the second one to kind of turn away. Or if not turn away, just back off a bit. There we go. I keep shooting too soon there. See? Alright. I swear next time I'll do it right. I'm just a little gun shy. Okay. That didn't count because he swung facing the other way, which completely surprised me. Okay. I swear I don't suck at this game, but there's always brute force also. Also, keep in mind, if you're not good at performing the parry attack, it doesn't mean you suck at this game. And I'm not just telling you that to make me feel better. There are many ways to play these games. The first time I played, all I used was rolling and the axe's kind of heavy attack. And tried to avoid getting hit with a brick in the face. So come on. No, but I would use the charged attack for the axe weapon, which is kind of a swinging attack, which would throw enemies, and I think I pretty much never even used a gun really in the first time or two that I played Bloodborne. I mean, you can be highly effective just by doing lots of rolls and attacks, so. Over here is where we got the monocular, surely so that people could take advantage of. What a nice view. If this game ever gets ported to PC, I hope somebody would mod it so that your shoulders are not in the view. It's better than in original Demon Souls where your character had the monocular obviously pointing out, kind of just going back and forth while you were looking at something. The animation was silly. Okay. But we're not talking about demon souls. We're seeing where this path leads. I see a shiny. I see a crow. You can see I'm in a tougher area just from the amount of life I'm taking off of different things here. It's taking more work to get them. I will say something that you would learn through trial and error that I am just going to deal with here is one of those crawling creatures, slithery little messes of creatures that gives you items is going to be past this guy. So I'm just going to run right past him, ignoring him and trying to get the little slithering creature. So 3 Bloodstone Shards. He's got a huge ball on a chain that he will swing and really hurt you with. See? Especially if you get trapped in there. So let's run down these stairs. Just long enough to heal. And long enough for him to momentarily lose interest. I was not expecting that, so. Alright. I died. I guess I typically come this way once I've become a little stronger. Not that that is necessary, but I am kind of underestimating them both in the amount of damage they can take and the amount of damage they can deal. So, again, you can run past some enemies, some you can't. This time I will not, because if I were trying to fight the big guy at the top of these stairs and these guys came up behind me, that would cause me a lot of problems. And if I were trying to fight, if I wanted to run past the big guy, he would then attack me when I'm fighting the 2 brutes. And if I ran past the 2 brutes, they would attack me when I'm trying to fight the big guy with the ball and chain, which is what I'm trying to do here. You know you're big when you're so big, I can't reach your ankles when I'm right underneath you. Alright, so Bloodstone Shard. I think this will be a full episode before we even get to the proper Cathedral Ward, so let's try to do better with this guy now. There we go. We just had to wait a moment from when I wanted to hit him. So, I'm just gonna shoot because I don't have my pebbles readied and I didn't want to take the time to do it. See, so much better this time, although I missed the follow-up there. I love that animation on him just swinging wildly. I didn't like the effect of it though, because his wild swings hit me. Alright, shining coins. It's funny that those guys either drop blood vials or shining coins, one of which you really want, one of them you really don't. You may have seen I couldn't pick up any more pebbles. That's because at 10 souls each, I bought a bunch of them, so my inventory is completely full. Not a big deal. They're cheap and you'll get more later. Now they are useless if I don't bother putting them into my ready inventory. Alright, let's go ahead and heal up. Let's go ahead and walk up to this guy. Let's go ahead and do a charged attack. Let's go ahead and back off. I jumped way too early on that. Now heal. Alright, back away if you need to kind of get your bearings. You can see he doesn't have much life left. Then I was way too late on that swing. And if I had been hit by both of those swings, I would have been dead. Like I could have been right there. Alright, so... sloppy play, but I got him. Alright. We have an item, and we have that stairwell we hid down last time. 5 Bloodstone Shards. We've got a lot of Bloodstone Shards. There are my blood echoes. And we have a mysterious tunnel down here. With lots of pots, which are burning incense, it appears. Which allows people to hide from the beasts. It's also one of the most satisfying rooms in the game because you can roll through everything. And then it leads to a chest at the end. And tempering blood gemstone. So, a little odd to put a chest right in front of a door, but you'll see it's closed. So this door originally led to the door on the bridge with the cleric beast, I believe is what people have discovered through laying down shining coins that actually went through the door, and they could trace them to the other side. There's no lore to that. That is just a shortcut that they deemed not valuable anymore. The only lore to that is that, as we already knew, that bridge was leading to the Cathedral Ward, though they blocked it off. I believe the treasure chest was just put here to say, hey, I know you went down these stairs and down this hallway, and we don't want to give you nothing but a permanently closed door as your reward. So, with that, let's see if we have anything in our view here. I wish we could get out to the edge. We can see a large body of water over there. And we are on the edge of the Cathedral Ward, though not in the Cathedral Ward proper, I would say. The Cathedral Ward proper. Also, if you ever see that, don't worry. That is just the ragdoll physics of the bodies that you've left behind being loaded back into the game as you enter an area. So that causes a twitch that could kind of freak you out. So we have this gate that says it's the main gate that is closed. Again, just to show that. Then we have the side door, or perhaps it's the main door, depending on your perspective, through Erden Chapel. Probably the main door since it leads straight out. We have the shining object that I promised you I would show you me picking up, and why I didn't want to pick it up earlier. And why really, if you have 25,000 blood echoes, why you shouldn't pick it up right now. See, that just freaked me out too. Oh, cool. The top hat, hunter garb. And then, what the heck is that? We can't see. But something killed us in Applied Frenzy. Or didn't quite kill us. That might be a small pity from the developers, kind of a kindness from them. But I am glad to see that I didn't lose the 25,000 blood echoes. So before I end this episode, leading up to the Cathedral Ward entrance, let's look at the garbs that we just got. So, we just picked up some more hunter's gloves and hunter's gear that we bought, but we also got a top hat. So it's a hat worn by hunters who admire formality. Some hunters place an emphasis on form, as seen by the use of the threaded cane. For them, formality, beauty, and justice are the very essence of our humanity, and precisely what keeps hunters from becoming something else. So, there we go. We still can't get through. I am completely wrong. So, these doors were shut. So we have a few ways to go now. We've got 16 blood vials, so let's go ahead and go up there. No, that'll be its own episode. So we have an episode for wherever this path may lead us. And then our, I won't say our next episode, but this will probably be our next episode, and then we will head into the Cathedral Ward. Alright, in the meantime, thank you for kind of doing this wrap-up of Old Yharnam, leading through to the Cathedral Ward, and I will see you in the next episode.